Hello everybody and welcome to episode 31 in my Carthaginian campaign let's play for Imperator Rome's 1.3 Livy update. Now in the last episode we waged yet another war in Greece against a much smaller power block of city-states and local powers backed up by the big Phrygia. We managed to isolate and cut down individually Boeotia, Thebes, Euboea and Talantia, solidifying much of the territory in Greece and Hellas itself. But Phrygia still stands with many of their other smaller allies. However, they are being torn apart right now, mostly by Adrisia from what I can tell. All of this territory is occupied by Adrisia, most of this territory is occupied by them there, and then all of the territory in Syria is pretty much occupied by the smaller city-states that Phrygia used to keep under their thumb pressed against the ground. Byblos, Arados, and Sidon and Decapolis are being ravaged right now, and even our ally Nabatea is taking a little bit of pops back for their territory. This is a Nabatean army right there, 25,000, so they're doing good work while our war continues. Now we're also at war with Atropatene, which I just thought was interesting to mention because they are actually quite considerable in size, although we don't have to worry about them, they're so far away, sandwiched between the Pontus Exunis and Seleucid Empire and Phrygia. It's just, they're never going to get to us really, they don't have access to the sea or anything like that, but I just thought it was interesting to mention. Who knows, we might end up seeing them somehow. So our wars are going to continue and we have to decide what we're going to do today. Unfortunately, because Phrygia are being ravaged right now, I kind of want to wait until their end of the war is over with Adrisia, and we might focus on smaller things like the several city-states that remain in Hellas and the Peloponnese. Troezen, Epidaurus, Megara, Chalkis, and Matinea. These are all small city-states that we could be taking out. Most of them we have fabricated claims on, some of them we don't. I also think it'd be worth mentioning, or worth going to war with Lingonia, seeing as they don't have any allies. They're on their own, we have a claim, so we might send someone up there to deal with that. We actually lost the first army out of all our armies. It was actually the one that was called the first, that was the one to go in the mountains over here when they got caught on the fort and cut down, basically. That was Batnawam Badonid. Was it Badonid? Well, I can't remember. I think it was, yeah. It's Hannibal's father, Hannibal Badona, Batnawam Badona, who was cut down, taken as a prisoner, and managed to get out and flee to another country. He ain't coming back to Carthage. So we're going to raise a new army, and maybe go up towards Lingonia. We can also now open up a new mission chain. I had a brief little look, a really brief look. I just wanted to see was it a DLC one or not, and it is. Seems like it's a more complicated mission chain, which seems cool. So this is the growth of Baetica. Baetica is the region under our control with unrealized potential. We should send our administrators and procurators to this governorship to strengthen our hold over the area and grow the local economy. Now, for all I know, it actually is auto-generated. I don't think it is, which I guess is a nice middle ground if you don't know. That's kind of a testament to the... Well, to be honest, it's a testament to the fact that I don't play this game outside this campaign that much, to be honest. I don't know if it's an auto-generated one or not. But the fact that they all have descriptions and stuff written about them makes me think it's part of the DLC. Well, anyway, so we have the mines of Malaxitia. So Malaxitia is rich in metals and minerals in a way that few other provinces of Baetica are. By expanding and developing the business in this province, the entire country could benefit. It's going to give us some rewards until the end of game. We get thriving mining center in 4 different little territories. Let's activate that. So I honestly have not read through any of these, so I have no idea how long this is going to take to do. But we have the growth of Irgia, so this needs to be a city. Don't have the money for that. What about strengthen Carta? Fort is equal to level 1 or greater. Now Carta, is that Carta dashed? No, it seems to be a different one, so let's look at where Carta is. So Carta is down here. Okay, so it just needs a fort. Yeah, we can do that. I can get that done. No problem. And then we have the Mediterranean Sea Trade. All port territories in Bastitania have city status. 2 out of 3. And all port territories in Bastitania are fortified. So Bastitania, let's have a look at exactly where that province will be. It's this one. So all port provinces, so it needs, this has a city, this is a city, but this one does not. So that's 2 cities investments that we have to build. So that could take a while. And then we need forts in these places as well. So let's get the forts commissioned at least. I was going to say we didn't have the money for it, but we do, because obviously city buildings are much cheaper. Alright, and then this will have to be converted into a city at some point. So to do this, we basically need 200 gold and 50 influence. So it's not as much influence as I thought. I thought it was 80. So that's not bad. So before we can do that, yeah, we're going to have to start building our money back up. So I'm going to allow normal taxes. So we'll make about 200 per month. And then we're going to use that money to raise that new army I've been talking about. Go up north, wage a war up there. That's the reason I've actually kept those forts in case we get attacked from the north. I mean, we've never been attacked at all in this campaign, really. I don't think. It's quite the shame. That was one of the fun things about the Bosporan Kingdom, was that we got attacked constantly. Mostly by Phrygia. But it seems that once you're one of the biggest nations, nobody wants to have a go at you. So what else do we need to do? Well, really, at this point, I just need to separate out some of these armies. There's almost no territory for us to really do anything with. I might go and siege this, actually. That would be something fun to do. We do have to watch out for the Phrygian navy, of course. We're not too aware of where that might be right now. So we have a mercenary army here. Let's hop them on. We have Tabnit Blossii. He can go as well. And then who's here? This guy was pretty good as well. I don't think he is a Blossii, though. That's Batnawan Barca. B Barca's second. B Barca. Right, we'll get him on the boat, send them over to this, to Lemnos. This is actually part of a province that we will be integrating at some point in the future. We're integrating Thrace right now, actually, so eventually it's going to flip to our side. And there he goes. Cool. Let's send them out, land on that, and then if we can make them shit the fleet out. I don't know if it's still there or not. We'll find out, I guess. It is still there. 173 ships. 13-star general. Wow. Wow. Ours is 12, actually, considering... Oh, no, ours is 10. We have a 12-star on the armies from the mercenaries. So, killed in a freak accident at the age of 73. He was a general of Komosi's mercenaries. Oh, he was a mercenary guy. Okay, not a big deal for me. Now, we have heavy ships as well that will want to move over there to join this siege. So, once this siege is complete, the fleet will be pushed out. So we'll want to join this up. So our other fleet is down here. Okay. So who do we have claims on? We have claims on Megara. Megara would mean a war with Phrygia, actually. But we're already in one. So I'm not too sure what the deal is there. It doesn't really matter. We'll just advance on them anyway. So we'll just let that happen now in a second. Oh shit. The enemy fleet came out. Just like that. Okay, that's a bit more serious then. Unrivaled wealth. So this guy's died. This guy's laying claim to his money. We could split it equally between everyone or give it to the guy. We'll split it equally because the guy doesn't have much loyalty. Or he has a lot of loyalty. Alright, battle. Here we go. So this is now going to be Gisgo Bedona against Nicias Agid. 13 martial. We've got 10. Our guy's 18. Quite the young whippersnapper. We'll have to see if he can pull it off. Now the other ships are coming up. The heavy ones. Go, go, go. How's the battle going? 186 to 181. Not going well in our favor for the... we have an army on this, by the way, so we gotta watch this now. Crisis in Lingonia. Let's hope they fall to chaos. That might not be the Lingonia that I know. Oh, it is. Because there's another Lingonia up here that's massive. Alright. Might be a bit of a civil war struggle going on up there. So what's the deal? So they have a 1 marshal relative to me. That's 5 to 5. So why are they doing so much better? I don't know. We cancel each other out with our tactics. It's cool. You can always... I don't know if that's intentional or not, but the island is there. The ships are almost there. We could put a commander on this that's like even better. Possibly. Who do we have who's like the most legendary commander? It would have been Hannibal, but he's down to a 10-star since he got hit with an arrow. Alright, I want these ships to pile in there. 49 more ships is going to make a big difference. Especially when they're heavy. Bomilcar has passed away, I remember him. I don't think he really ever did anything, but he's always popping up as an interesting minor character. Looks like we have them on the ropes, but our morale is just suffering a bit too much. 38 ships in reserve. Our heavy ships have gone in now, basically. Oh shit, you can actually see them firing at each other. That's so cool. I didn't know they did that. Damn, we've decimated the amount of ships they have. But their morale is just being a little bit too strong on it for me. Alright, let's pull out. This time I'll actually read the numbers this time. Please God, let me pull out of that. So that's one of them. And then this one needs to go as well. So defeated. We lost 33 ships. They lost 75. Is that the total amount? It is the total amount, I guess. We lost one of our heavy ships. Thank God we didn't lose our megapolareme at least. That's important. I didn't even think of that. We've only got one. It's quite a risk throwing it in there. So who was helping them? Kaizikos were helping them. They had a few ships as well. Interesting. So at the end of this, 213 of our ships make it out. While how many of their ships made it out? I didn't actually quite see. Pitiful Gemmelkart. Oh no. The famed resilience, or lack thereof, of Admiral Gemmelkart Igirid has become an epithet of mocking derision amongst our sailors, following their calamitous defeat. By all accounts, Gemmelkart could hardly keep his crew on course, let alone resist the winding attacks of the enemy. Oh no. He's lost 3 Marshal? He loses loyalty and popularity. He was on 10 Marshal. What's up? Feel like he lost any good traits he had just there. Oh no, that's the reinforcing guy. Oh, that's fine. It was this dude. He's the 18-year-old who's 10. Yeah. That was the reinforcing guy. Not a big deal with him then. So 142 ships. So yeah, we have a vastly bigger navy now. So I feel like we still came out on top. This is what happened last time. And we only lost 1 heavy ship, so not too bad. Was a bit risky sending them in though, I'll admit that. So we'll duck into there. At least our army made it out safe. Everything else is safe. What we're going to do is we're going to go to war with Megara to take Hellas. So we'll just push in on top of them. Actually, just stop there. Force march, go. And that should kill them, I hope. If it doesn't, I'll be devastated. I think it will. It is their territory. But we have the numbers. Yeah. Alright, good stuff. Good stuff. Just a small little war as we clean up the Peloponnese. Unrivaled wealth, again. Bomilcar has passed away with a lot of money, so now this guy is looking for it. Split it evenly. That tends to be the option we go with. We've made a lot of money now since we just let a little bit of time pass there. Maharabal Bodona, who's not actually part of the Bodona family. Let's give it to this guy, just so we can keep it in the family. Even though he's not as good. So, any more missions? Expanding the minor workforce. If we have greater than 800 gold and we have all of these things, then we lose 800, but slaves appear in all these different places. The growing wealth of Malacitia is not matched by its infrastructure. Voices are now being raised for furthering the development of the province so that more slaves can be brought in to man the mines. Absolutely. And then prospecting in Malacitia. We'll pay another 800 gold. Get it going. It's come to our attention that there may be well more deposits of metals and minerals in Malacitia than those we had already found and developed. If we were willing to fund a large-scale survey in the area, we may well uncover new finds that could be profitably developed. Actually, before we begin that, maybe we should look to something else, like the city stat. Yeah, one of the cities we should build. So this was going to be one. Baria. So we'll have to wait to get a bit more gold for the thing. We're victorious after defeating the Megarans. I mean, I can't believe we can actually walk this way, right past the fort. We didn't come this way originally. Not sure where they're gonna go, to be honest, after this. Right, is there anything else that I'm leaving as a grave error? Like, are we missing food anywhere? I don't think so. Armies seem pretty well spaced out. As soon as this war ends between Adrisia and Phrygia, we'll head over, you know. Do have some scorned families, so we have to give them jobs. Balbadona. Balbadona's 7th, alright? I'm tempted to go for look at this, look at Nabate, just absolutely creaming them. Love to see it. Alright, let's do that prospecting in Malacitia. It'll take a while to occur and there might get some events while it happens. The other ones are just really all about making forts and cities. For now. Copper struck in Manaki. We need the copper or we're not interested in developing this. So our surveyors report finding sizable deposits of copper in the settlement of Manaki in Main Aki, whatever, in Malacitia. Should we choose to develop this? We could... Should we choose to develop this find, we could make the territory export the metal in short time. If we invest in this, it means a very marked change to the local economy, which is currently based around the export of fish. Yeah, it's fine. Go for the copper. I'll lose 200 gold, though. I don't even have 200 gold. So hopefully that's not going to be a big problem. Victorious, we defeated the Malakian, or the Megarian Empire. Deficit, national population growth, negative. It's not that bad, I guess. Just for a few years, 5 years, we get 2 grand. Alright, the siege is ongoing. I'm going to keep it in this mode just for a little while. Hopefully you know where the territory lines are being drawn. I'm going to keep an eye on that Phrygian fleet. 142 ships. We have 214. Wanted to merge the heavy ones together. So 13 heavy, 1 mega heavy. We have a claim on Hellas, so we could go to war with these guys now as well. Tributary payment from Corsair. We've had this. They didn't mean to pay me, but we're going to take the payment anyway. It's 45 gold. It's not that much. But I always appreciate Corsair chipping in. Yeah, we can just walk right over that fort. Aharon Gizgo died at the age of 75. He was the head of the family and governor of Thrace. Oh no. Governor of Thrace. Is this all I have for Thrace? Did it say friend of the governor of Thrace? It must have, because I only have 1 territory for Thrace. Anyway, it's fine. Wow. Thrace, speaking of, they got in there. Good on them. Like I said, if they end up getting territory and taking it for themselves, the integration still goes ahead, so it's fine. It's all ours in the end. Wealthy patron. The city of Pisna has been often overlooked by the wealthy patrons of our capital. Today, however, Mandonio Gargoridis has offered to spend a sizable quantity of his wealth in constructing a grand temple to Baal Hamun. Very well. Local unrest has helped. Yeah, absolutely. Do it. Wouldn't have it any other way. Speaking of, where's the cavalry? Aharon's cavalry. He's the guy that died. He's leading the cav. Let's just throw on... This guy's 17 years old. Ushmatart Velothii. Let's get him in there. I want him to run... Yeah, basically I just want to build roads actually along the coastlines here. To be honest, you could build a road where you are now. Start it over here. Connect some of our cities together. Yeah, I guess we'll go this way. Why not? Past the mountains. Actually, no. Not happy with this. Gonna redo it. Want to hit the actual cities. It just kind of looks nicer when you hit the cities. So we'll go down the coastline into that city. I'm very interested to see how that mountain road ends up looking. Then we'll come back to Larissa down here. Down here. And then across the mountain pass into Epirus territory. Coast, not coast. Back down, back here. This is how I have to map it out, I guess. And then to Apollonia. And then up along the coast. There we go. To Butthole. What's it called? Butthole. Butthole. Alright, sorry for anyone who's Greek and knows that that's probably not the way to pronounce that at all. But I'm going to call it Butthole. So those guys should be able to build that road the whole way over. The Siege of Megara is won. Alright, that's them done. We can just piece them out, I guess. And end the whole war. Oh, Phrygia weren't even involved. That's interesting. Okay. Alright, see you later, Megara. Thanks for playing. We're going to continue this and do the same on these guys. They've got no allies. Dividing and conquering the city-states. Let's go. Alright, good job. They're heading into my territory now. How's the fleet doing? Is it back to full strength? Almost. Some of it seems to be. I've seen some 70% in there, so 3 more months at least. And what about this? So, any more... what's it called? We can't set up any more cities. I was going to call them houses. Growth of Ergia. City status. fort level equal to 1 in Carthage. That's being built right now. And then this one was city status, which we're founding right now as well. So not much we can do there. Hate that track. Right. Money's good as well, which is nice. We can actually stop paying the lower the taxes right now because we don't need any more money for a while. Alright, and the mercenaries will go chase those guys down. Oh yeah, so with this new money we can make the army out here. I was thinking of having a little fun and making some camels. We've never made them before. So let's make like, I don't know, 6? And then maybe, yeah, I don't know, heavy infantry as well, and some light cav. We can't make horse archers, actually. Okay. Right. So I'll link all this up, they'll run east. Oh shit, there's barbarians up here, actually. Whose region is this? This is Gaul. Go take him out, please. Copper struck in Swale. What'll it remove? It'll remove dyes. I'm gonna say no to that. Dyes are kind of useful. Slightly rare. See, the thing is, it doesn't really matter though. I've got dyes in my capital. I've got copper in my capital. With copper, actually. Hang on, copper? Surely it means base metals. I don't have a new resource, do I? I'm guessing it means base metals, because copper's not a thing, as far as I know. Copper's a thing in the Bronze Age mod. But anyway, we have all that in the capital, so it doesn't really matter. Seeing as the value of any good is the same no matter what the good is when you export it, which is stupid. Just to throw in that opinion there. Because the good is the same, precious metals are worth the same as wood to any other nation. The value you get from a trade good is based on the amount of citizens that you have in the territory. Or I think it's actually the province. So that's why you'll see, for instance, in the trade screen, all of these things are kind of like worth the same. They're all coming from Sicania. So it's not based on whether it's stone or grain. It's based on the fact that Sicania has a certain amount of, citizens, and they're the ones that sell the commerce. So I understand what it's basing it on. It's like, hey, you've got citizens, you know, they're the ones with the money, and they'll just trade infinitely on any trade good. So I understand. It's just really lame that rare goods don't sell for more. The reason this one, by the way, wine is selling for so low is because I'm trading to myself, as I mentioned before. So yeah, the goods are pretty much worth the same everywhere anyway. Foreign 0.20. To be honest, actually, I don't even think it is to do with the citizens anymore. That looks like it's just based on whether it's a port or not. And a few other little things that we have from technologies. So maybe it's not even to do with the citizens anymore. It was when the game first came out. I'm pretty sure about that. It's at least it was supposed to be the concept anyway. Either way, it's not the good. It should be the value on the good. Because right now you could be trading wood, gold, pieces of shit. People will pay the same for it. We're victorious. We beat the barbarians here at least. So let's go finish them off. Our troops have been built. And seeing as there's Rhodes, they should be pretty quick to get together. Oh, I made a mistake. This heavy infantry unit can get off. Great. Barbarians defeated. Barbarians defeated. Excellent. Go back to Massalia. That's where you're kept. The siege of Lemnos is won. And they've given it to me. Thrace have given it to me. Good guy, Thrace. We now have a claim on Achaia. We have a claim on the Aegean Islands. That's the Nesiotic League that are out there. And meanwhile, we've defeated the armies that were out here, and we're just sieging this down. So, standard plays today. So I guess Troyzen would be the next one. Troyzen and Epidaurus. So let's send down a couple dudes down there. As we systematically take these guys out one by one. See, if this game had maybe, I don't know how you do it, I've never thought it through, but if it had some sort of more interesting mechanics, it'd be nice if we could just get them to, at this point, you know, just don't make me kill you. I feel like you'd just give in. I'm sure certain cities might hold resistance, but at this point I'd be like, I would just give in. It's like we're surrounded, we're in the mountains, we're a tiny city. What do you think is coming? And it's like, oh, well, we have to kill everybody there, don't we, before we can take them out. Surely they just like lay down their arms, or they should come to me with requests like right now, like, oh, we'll be your tributary, you know. But you can't do anything like that, I don't think, unless you're at war. Alright, good job on the siege. Let's head back for now. This is still heavily ravaged by absolutely everybody. They can't seem to get an end to their war. It's at plus 33 war score for Adrisia. The interesting ones like Nidus and Kaizikos are really the towns I'd like to get, but can't. We could take some of these coastal ones. No breach there yet. Alright, let's open up a war with these guys. Sorry, but Johan didn't give me any other choice. Thrace are there with me. Thrace, what an ally. And Nabatea as well, in fairness. They're over there in Syria cleaning up. Alright, we killed them all. Great. Spread our guys out. Let's turn off force march. Good stuff. Easy peasy. So how's our new army forming up? The siege of Chalkis is won. Alright, that's another war ended. These guys can head all the way up here. And they'll go over to Italy and wage war in Lingonia. Now we're really moving now. Who needs these forts anymore, am I right? It's way too many now. It was just in case something came and attacked me, but at this point, I think it's pretty safe to say that Greece is not going to be touched. At least central Greece. So do we have anything else to build? Settlement buildings, mines. We have one mine there, we have a farm in there, and then we have slave estates everywhere else. Great. How's the fleet? The fleet's probably ready to go again. So let's send these guys out. See if we can't find that Phrygian fleet. 142 ships. I'm surprised they just don't get rid of it. They probably really could use that money elsewhere. The Syncretic Healer. Among the populace of Lapki, there's a growing cult to the local god Shadrafa, supposedly a healing mystic who has been seen traveling through the lands with a scorpion in his hands. Though the god is of somewhat foreign to the rest of our people, this could be a great opportunity to show favor. We don't have the money, so we'll just have to say no. Still wanted to read it, guys, okay? How are we doing on the quests? The city is still not built here, I don't think, is it? Almost. 2/3, almost. Yeah, if we bring our fleet around, we can immediately siege the other one as well. That'd be a good idea. Alright, cool. No mercenary spam coming out of Phrygia either right now. There's no point force marching. I don't think they have anywhere to run, so let's just hop on. Nabatea, want iron? Absolutely. How's the grain in Carthage? Just want to make sure I haven't mismanaged it too much. Ah, I must have, yeah. Or we just grew too much. Yeah, we've grown a lot, so we probably just need more grain. To be honest, at this point, there's room for new pops to go out on these things here. So it's really hard to manage this. So 43 is the limit, right? So just bring it up to 43, I guess, or about that. Move a pop here. Doesn't really matter where you come from as long as you're not coming from something with wheat or grain. Oh, that one's already over its limit. Alright, cool. So, did we get any more out of it that way? think we did. Yeah, we did. We're up to 15 now. Cool. So the food should start growing again. All right, we killed the pops over at Troyzen, or the armies. Shit, I think that was grain I just gave away, did I? No, I didn't. Okay, good. How are the armies doing? They're on their way. Need to put a new general on this. So Lucius Lucretius, bit of a Roman, is he? Sabellian and Hellenic. Yeah, I could give it to him. Why not? What was that trait? Daring. Love to see it. So wine, grain, wood, wine, earthenware, glass, stone. Excellent. Our commerce should be just exploding with all of these trades. The reason, by the way, I'm not paying taxes is just really for the conversions and until aggressive expansion gets a bit lowered. Otherwise I would, because obviously we can use the money for inventions. That's what we're behind on. And speaking of, it's actually not speaking of anything, but speaking of me looking up here, I have 60 influence. We should be able to found that other city now. So we've done it there. We haven't done there. Growth of Urgia. Urgia needs city status. This thing. Okay. Alright. That should allow us to progress that mission chain as well pretty quickly. How are the sieges doing? Good. As their war still hasn't ended. I can't believe it. It's crazy. I mean, we have other things to do anyway. We can go to Egypt. Go down here, maybe take that. I don't know. We can take a bunch of stuff from Phrygia, I'm sure. That isn't currently occupied. In fact, do we have this? No. We haven't claimed that, but unfortunately everything we have claimed is already been taken by Etruscia. Imagine if Etruscia just took it all, ended up ballooning up in size. I don't think they could get it all though. Right, Epidamus are defeated. Epidaurus even. Just gonna use the aggressive expansion option where it lowers it by 0.50 just to help a little bit. Saves us like maybe 2.5 months, 3 months of aggressive expansion DK. Alright, these are one of the last ones left. Central Peloponnese. Alright, in we go. Oh, they're actually going to get away from me. That's interesting. King offers friendship from Cunha. Nope. Have to use the second army. Why can't I just run over their forts? I do not get it. I do not get it. Is it because they're not paying them or something? Might have been. I'm just going to walk over their fort and into my own. It's like, yep, that doesn't bother me. And they're dead now. Alright, great. We're just going to assault that and open it up. So that we can just end it straight away. First of January, autosave. Come on. Coming to the city of Baria. Excellent. Alright, we won that siege, so that is this one. God, they fell so quickly. Okay, so that's done. We've so much manpower, there's really no downside. Although I guess it does lower the experience of our men a little bit. So, let's see what's going on in the missions. The Mediterranean Sea Trade now. Punic citizens appearing in Urki, Bari, and Abdikart. The next one is port markets. Bastitania has 2 markets in each of its ports. Okay, so this is exactly like the one over in Magna Graecia, but it's over here. So I don't know if it is auto-generated or not. Hard to tell, hard to tell. So it's here, right? So 1 of 2 markets. Alright. 1 take too long for them. Actually, how long do they take each? 174 days. So in a year, they'll be done. Still, the war is not over with Adrissia. It is insane. I'm tempted to go to war with them myself, but it's just such a pain. Because I just want to take some of these territories. Just end your war, dude. What are you doing? What are you looking for? Plus 50 on the war score? That's crazy. Just end it. End it. It's over. Ooh, we can go for Rhodes. We have to do that. Get on those boats, guys. I'm gonna go straight to Rhodes. Should I wait for my morale to come up? Yeah. Maybe. Siege of Troyzen is won. Troyzen is defeated. Alright, look at this. Look at that. Oh, yes. Looking good. That's how you do it. Carving them up. I mean, there was a lot of nations in there, and I think we did it in a pretty good amount of time considering. I think so, anyway. Luckily for me, a lot of them were allied to each other. Okay, well, the Phrygian War is still going, so we still have to deal with that. How's our household looking? Our guy still hasn't had any kids yet. Boods. Himilco is just like the harshest emperor ever. I mean, he's the first emperor, right? Really. His mother was a tyrant, and her father was a tyrant. He's the first self-proclaimed emperor, and under his rule, all of Italy and Greece have been solidified, and I guess Cyrene under the Carthaginian banner, so to speak. His kids are all grown up. Hanno Barca is 16 now, looking good. Handsome young man, kind of. Trim those eyebrows, maybe. Then who do we have? Have Himilco Barca, named after his father. That's cool. Bodo... Well, who's this guy? Bodo Barca? Mother... Oh, so grandson. Nice. Mutenbald Barca's had a child. And what's wrong with her? She's just... I don't know. She's just sick. But she's getting better. Her health is a little low. So we have territory now. Illyria Graeca, which doesn't have a governor anymore. Oh, man. Let's just put in a Gizko. It really doesn't matter to me at this point. Loyalty has also been managed really well. I'm not saying that I'm managing it well, it's just it's been managed in the back end well. We don't really have any problems. Currently 0% of the total power base of characters are disloyal, so no characters are disloyal. And currently less than 0.10% of our population live in disloyal provinces. This is pretty incredible. Like, there's no risks right now. I think that's largely due to the tax thing. Let's turn taxes back up. We'll watch the... if that's changing at all. It might not change till the end of the month, though. Shit, I think I just gave some food away from here again. I did, but we still have some, so it's okay. The vagaries of state. Vagaries? Vagaries? I don't know. While the court was in session this afternoon... There's a court, is there? It's pretty news to me. A little-known man by the name of Lucentio stood to give a rousing speech on the subject of national shipbuilding efforts. While his argument was ultimately unsuccessful, many heads were turned by the beauty of his oratory. Perhaps this is something we ought to keep an eye on. He's got 2 oratory, and 0 finesse, and 0 zeal, and 1 martial. He's a bit of a... He's a princeps. What does that mean? Longs to display the mastery of man over nature. He has a natural flair for the logistics and command associated with keeping things shipshape. It's kind of neat. Maybe that's why it popped up. So he gains Orator. 1 charisma. Well, good on him. 70-year-old man. Well, we can largely decommission many of the forts in these places. Sparta doesn't need walls. Sparta's men are its walls. That didn't really work out for them. Now, if we have rebellions or armies do land here, they will be able to ravage this place pretty damn unhindered. In fact, maybe the one in the center would be good. Nah, just leave it. Bring it, I say. So, slave mines, nothing there. Okay, so let's just do this. And then for cities, we're going to go with... We obviously want the temples. Canaanite reforms. That's what this is. Oh, we just spent all our money. But we're making money, so it's okay. How's our armies? They're probably linking up now. Yep, they're together. Great. Force march now, please. We gotta get all the way over to Italy to wage a war on Lingonia. They still have no allies? They don't. Great. Nobody likes them. Perfect. So the army's on the move with its camels and everything. Camels, heavy infantry, light infantry, and light cav. Bit of a weird, bit of a weird combination. Not gonna lie, but there it is. Cavalry skirmish actually makes use of the camelry. That's kind of nice. So does envelopment. Might just. Nothing that uses it and like camels and heavy infantry though. So I guess that was a bit of a weird one to put together, but it's okay. Just do cavalry skirmish for now. So this is gonna be the first. Who's leading it? Alright, off you go. Alright, we're 52 minutes into the recording, I think, somewhere around there. It's usually a minute or 2 minutes off, depending on how long it took me to get going. Summon a war council, let's go. So, are we going to go Paeonia, Occitania, or the Nesiotic League? Obviously the Nesiotic League. Minor addendum, excellent, change those laws. Do all you want. Doesn't bother me. Ergia needs to be a city and have 2 theaters. Okay, we'll have to do that in future. This is an interesting one. We could do some. What could we do? We don't have any tyranny. We don't really need manpower. Citizen output and commerce income, I suppose. We just want to blast our income. Let's do that. He was tempted to do the ship damage and look for the Phrygian fleet again, but I'm not too concerned about it. We're gonna go for Rhodes. We got 3 armies that can head on over there. And they're on their own. They've built their Colossus, which is cool. It's not always there. Dun, dun, dun. Take Caria Literalis. Let's go. Damn, they got 1 month tick before I landed. They're actually making heavy ships out there. Incendiary slave speaks in Scythian. So a hot-headed slave with a talent for action by the name of Zathipos. So is this guy. Nope. What of it? I don't care. Actually, we don't want to make people unhappy, so he could be useful. We'll lose some popularity. The governor will lose loyalty, but the character appears then and we lose 10 influence. It's fine. I'm going to appear over here in case that fleet comes out after we take the port. And you know what? We might just... There's no danger of us up here, so getting attacked from anywhere, so we'll just assault. Now, I want to capture those ships. Oh, there's actually no heavy ships. That's a shame. Well, let's see if we can capture them anyway. Didn't capture any. Oh, we captured 3. Cool. And that's Rhodes. Simple as that. Alright, the conquest of Rhodes. The great city of Rhodes has finally fallen to our troops. I mean, the assault would have been pretty hectic, I guess. And it's now in our hands. Rhodes is well known across the Mediterranean for their independent streak as well as their great craftsmen. Though several kings and rulers have temporarily taken control of the island, it has always fought back its independence at every turn. Most impressive was a hard-fought victory against Antigonus Monophthalmos and his son Demetrius. With the city under our control, our men and advisors wonder how we should treat our old enemy. There have been people asking for us to sack the city to the ground and bring everything valuable back to Carthage. Take everything valuable. That's what we do under Himilco Barca, because he is harsh, and we like money. And we like killing pops that we don't have to convert. So we get 11 grand. Again, nice big fat stack. Actually, what is this place? I think a lot of them are already dead. It's on 22 out of 35. It's just a city. It's not a metropolis. Actually, it's not even a city. I don't know how it has that 11,000 in here then. And what do we get? So for 10 years, we get national commerce 15%, slaves needed -1 for surpluses. Let's pass judgment. See who's who. These guys are also old. Let's take Ioannidorus Kephisotidid, just because he's young. Oh, he's 60. He's younger. And you know what? We'll slam him right down here if we can. Can we do that? There he is. He's not a good governor, but I want to put him there. It's more of a personal thing. You can govern your island. Alright, the war for Phrygia is still not over yet. Odrysia have all of this. You know what? Let's bring the fleet along the coast and watch what Odrysia are doing. I'm very tempted to see, or curious to see, how's it going? So yeah, we'll get visual on that now in a moment. Phrygia now have 44 cohorts, so a bit more than they had before. Lucretius's first army is up and ready to go, almost at Lingonia, so we'll get ready for that. And our road network has been built. Look at it. Oh, it's so good. All across Greece, all across many of the major settlements. Not everything, though. It's not fully done yet. I have to head back down here. Looks good. We got a road connecting this way across, going through Pharsalus. Of course, Pharsalus, for those who may not know, you should know if you're watching a game like this. I say that, I mean, I really don't actually know much about history outside of a very small period of late Roman Republic history, but that is the battle where Caesar defeated Pompey, turning the Roman Civil War in his favor for good, pretty much. He did have many battles after that, actually. I guess if he lost, could have been pretty detrimental, but this was really the big one. Great battle as well. Really interesting tactic that he used to kind of defeat the enemy cavalry, which is way more numerous. Don't see the Odrysian army, but all I see is burning Phrygian cities. I mean, how far are they going to go? 61 on the war goal. That's insane. Normally it ends at like 20 or 30. 60? They are not forgiving Phrygia. Oh, there they are. There they are. Level 14 Marshal on that guy. What's their situation, actually, in terms of manpower, I wonder? Yeah, they've only got 6,000 left. They have 176 cohorts and 11 grand in the bank. I mean, this is just ridiculous, but okay. Good on them, I guess. More money than sense. My empire almost doesn't have as enough money as them. But see, they don't have anything to spend it on, you know? They just accumulate money, because it's nothing to spend it on in this game. Unless you just started raising massive armies. Siege ability, yes. Always like to have that. Make that go faster. Migration speed, not really. Aggressive expansion impact, yes. Aggressive expansion change, yes. Wrong culture happiness, yes. Primary culture happiness with the FUG. That's actually one of the very first techs you get in the game. Province loyalty 0.05, definitely. Alright, we'll leave it at that. Some pretty good technologies in there, actually. Speaking of, have we hit the next level yet? We need to be level what? Level 12 civic. I think technology we're only on like 9. Yeah, we're coming up to 10. Port markets is now can be activated. By expanding in commercial districts in Bassetania, we can greatly expand its role as a major center for overseas trade. Alright. What's next? The shipyards. Oh, we can do the flagship thing, get 5 more octares. Nice. Strengthen Carta. So, have greater or 2 court of law buildings in Carta. Did I not do that? Oh, that's a mistake of mine. And then the growth of Ergia, that's waiting on that to become a city. So that's coming up soon. Where was Ergia again? There it is. Yeah, real soon. A few months. Oh man, I'm disappointed that we didn't get to launch an invasion of Phrygia, but at the same time, they actually don't have that much, so I don't know who the biggest enemy we have left is Egypt, probably. They have 139 cohorts, 280 manpower, 4,000 gold. You know, they'll put up somewhat of a fight. I'm going to load up on the ships and head down to the territories down here, just to capture this bit of coastline. And then we might just peace out with Phrygia, because I don't think there's anything else we can get. We'll have to see, though. Maybe we can. If they end their war, we'll see. They're taking their sweet-ass time. How's our boy Himilco? 62, man. You don't notice the time fly by. Look it up. Hey, he's not as depressed as he used to be. It's good to have him back. He loses the depressed trait. Excellent. Yeah, because he's an accomplished man. Hey, look, the Seleucids are here. Remember I was wondering before if their fleet of 348 ships are in the Med or not. Looks like they are, at least somewhat. They have territory all the way up here. Wow. I mean, if we want to do a little extra gains... Oh, shit! Seleucid Empire. Well, it looks like we got another boss battle coming up once we go to them. But it's only for this territory, really, that we need. I was going to say... I mean, I don't think I can do it given the time. But who knows? We could extend our reach to try and take out all this. Just own every bit of ocean that we can. For now, we'll just keep it to what we're attempting to do. But yeah, we'll look beyond if possible. Okay. Right, let's get on those boats. Oh shit, they actually might be going towards the Seleucid territory down south. Although I think their war must be over if they took the territory. Yeah, they're not at war with anyone actually right now. So the roads are buildable again, so let's continue the line. I was trying to kind of connect everything up, but also make it kind of look nice. Alright, let's see how that looks. Costs 50 gold per territory, so we do spend a lot doing that. And it's mostly cosmetic for me, to be honest. I don't really... Are they at war with Egypt? Where are they going? Oh, you know what? They might be going through here and around. And back home. That'd be impressive if they're calculating a route all that way. I guess we'll watch and see. I mean, they're heading this way. I don't know where else they could be going. Except down the Nile and out through this way. Seeing as they're not at war, it makes sense. Alright, let's split out. Split up. We have plenty of food, so we should be fine here. We're just gonna steal money from their ports. The coming of the city of Ergia. Growth of Ergia, boom. I should have really looked at what it gave me. Sorry. Usually just gives you citizens or something like that, I think. So colonization of Baetica Hispalanus. 2 theater buildings. Yeah, that's easy. Let's do that. Oh, it's a horrible looking little town that we built. In the next update, I believe that they're going to represent your culture, so that's good. What was it? Theaters, right? Yeah. What's our demographics at? So we're at 58% our culture. It's actually pretty low, and 70% our religion. That's pretty good considering our size. I would expect this to be at the 70 mark, and this may be at 80. That's what I was kind of hoping for. Slaves are at 58%. Tribesmen are really low. 5% tribesmen. That's great considering how many pops we have. Freemen and citizens are pretty good as well. We do have too many slaves in proportion to our empire, because really what you'd need to do is build more cities and then increase the amount of citizens you have. And that would increase our tech rate, so we're not always behind on tech. But it doesn't matter. I can't even purchase the techs anyway, so we're actually fine. Minister of Excellence Philisar Blasiai, in a fine display of financial acumen, has made significant alterations to the national budget. We should expect to see a much better revenue this year. Excellent. Have we had our baby yet? No baby yet. No reason, right? Other than him being stubborn. I could see that if having an effect. Am I right? Alright. And Phrygia could almost be fully annexed, given their situation. There's that 142 ships, by the way, sailing that way. I'll see if I can maybe peace out with them. I'd like to just get this coast and then open up a war with them later, and we could just invest in going to Egypt while they're on a truce cooldown. Is there no one on this? Yeah. Let's just get this guy a Blasiai. He's not very good. 6 martial. He's okay though. Average. Whoa, what are they looking for? Grain from Sicania. Grain from Zegatana. And this is Dalmatia. Suddenly they have a huge need for grain. By Sadis. Rutubus, Campania, Illyria. Wow, it's all food as well. They want just food, food, food. I don't even know where they are. Dalmatia. Why do they want so much food? That's strange. Unless we just started producing more and they just wanted it, I guess. Alright, we're about to take the last city here, help on the boats, and get the hell out. There we go. So let's see. I mean, there's no war goal for Phrygia right now. And so we'll just have to see what we can get. So maybe... What was it? For Thrace, give them that island, right? Phrygian Libya to Carthaginian Empire. Yes. And then Phrygian Rhodes up to Carthaginian. Okay, it goes to me either way. I thought it was going to go to Thrace, but I guess not. And they're saying no. This is an annoying thing. We might just have to, like, ride this out until they eventually have peace. And then we can assault their capital, or we can do whatever else. Because we can't attack anyone else. They're all completely overrun. And this is why, again, I was saying you do not want to attack them during a rebellion. Their rebellion's over, but I meant when the rebellion was happening. Because right now, they're in an active war with someone else, and I can't do anything about it. The only thing I could do is go to war with Adrissia myself. And that would open up, you know, a lot. That would be Paeonia, Armacidia, Caucasensia, Dardania, and Tribalia. So it's a huge amount. Armacidia and Paeonia and Caucasedia or whatever. Actually, these two would be fine because they're basically like right at my back door. The other ones I'd really be annoyed with because it'd just be I wouldn't be able to end it with them easily. But I mean, I don't know how long this has to go on before I just have to commit to it. Ah, they've gotten allies now, but that's okay. Actually, it's perfect ally. One of them's good. Istria. I did take really long in getting up there and deciding to do that. It's okay, we have someone there now, and they can pretty much just handle it on their own. I might bring the cavalry up to help them. Alright, so that's going to be it. I mean, the territories are looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. Just need that coast. So we still just have the 4 seas, 4 out of 7 seas. But we have claims now on several islands out here. We managed to get Rhodes, we took all the city-states, we took all of this in the last 3 episodes. We have an ongoing war with Phrygia. We could open up a war with Egypt pretty soon, because they might take more than one, because of just how dense the amount of pops is around here, excuse me. And we're currently integrating Nabatea and Thrace. So, we've done a lot. I mean, we've really, like I said, put the pedal to the metal in terms of just pushing for wars. We still have all of this to try and claim and get, and that's like a huge mess because it's all tribes. So we have huge numbers out there, and we're, you know, making good, decent progress through this chain as well. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. And I forgot to mention it, actually, for the last 3 episodes. But, you know, this series is supported on Patreon. If you made it to the end, I appreciate that. I'd just like to mention it anyway, that, you know, you can get episodes early on Patreon. These episodes went up early on Patreon. But even if you just support at $1 level or so, it greatly helps. You're given about 700 views when you give $1 or something like that. So, appreciate it a lot. Alright, thank you guys very much for watching. See you in the next one.